Let us take a look at the factorial notation. In mathematics, this is not the exclamation sign. This is what we call the factorial notation. Right. By definition, the factorial notation n factorial, we call it n factorial, not n exclamation mark, is defined for any integer, positive integer n. Positive integer must be positive integer, right? And it is actually n multiplied by n minus 1, multiplied by n minus 2, all the way to 1. So let's take an example. 4 factorial must be 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Not difficult. This is extremely useful result. If you have n factorial is n multiplied by n minus 1. Let's use an example. If I have 10 factorial, it must be 10 times 9 all the way to 1. If I group the 9 times all the way to 1 together, that's 9 factorial. That's an illustration. If it works for 10 factorial, it should work for 11 factorial, 200 factorial, and so on. Not difficult. This is the one that confuses some people. 0 factorial is 1. It is actually counterintuitive, but if you look at this result, right, if let's consider for n equals to 1, if you consider this result, and this is true for all n, if n equals to 1, then it means that 1 factorial must be equals to 1 times 0 factorial. Pardon my 0. Now, for this result to be true, your 0 factorial must be 1, because your 1 is on the left hand side. So 1 factorial must be 1, right? It must be 1 times 0 factorial. Then, in order for your right hand side to be 1, then your 0 factorial must be 1. So, this is in order for the result above to be true. So, that's why your 0 factorial is 1. So you can use your GC to find this function factorial. You just press alpha window to bring up this menu, and then you press number 9 here. That is the factorial function. Alternatively, you could use your scientific calculator as well. So let's quickly practice how to on calculating 10 factorial divided by 7 factorial. If you use calculator, no problem, you can use GC. But if you don't use GC, then what is the final answer? You think about it, it is 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 factorial. Correct? Because it's times 9 times 7 times it's 7 times 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then the denominator is 7 factorial. And final answer, therefore, it is 720. Alright, I hope we understand the factorial notation so that we can proceed on to do our permutation and combination well. Thank you.